Hello viewers, welcome to May June 2013 WAEC, also known as WASI, Past Questions and Detailed Solution, General Mathematics, Mathematics Core Paper 2, Part 1. This part contains questions 1 to 5 and you are to answer all questions in this part, solution to 5 questions in one video. Question 1A, simplify without using tables or calculator. This fraction. Let us start by taking the numerator first. The numerator is this. Convert the mixed fractions in the bracket to improper fraction. You have this result. From the rule of Bodmer's, you need to simplify the bracket first, and in the bracket you have like fractions, the same denominator. You simply add the numerators in this form. So you have 3 over 4 times 40 over 8. Now divide 40 by 4. You have 10 in this place. You reduce 10 and 8 by 2. Here remains 4. Here becomes 5. 5 times 3 is 15. So you have 15 over 4. Take the denominator. You have it in this form. Convert the mixed fractions to improper fraction. You have this result. What you have is fraction subtraction. You find the LCM of 8 and 2, that is 8. If you divide 8 by 8, you have 1 times 17 is 17. Divide 8 by 2 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. If you subtract, you have 5 over 8. Now let's take the whole fraction. Numerator divide by denominator. You have it in this form. When dividing fractions, we always change division sign to multiplication and you invert the fraction at the right in this form. If you reduce, you have this, and finally you have 6 as the final result. Question 1b, given that log 2 base 10 is equal to 0.3010 and log 3 base 10 equal to 0.4771, evaluate correct to 2SF and without using tables or calculator, log 1.125 over base 10. Now you are expected to simplify this problem to log 3 and log 2. First, let us convert it from decimal fraction to ordinary fraction. That gives you this. Divide through by 5. You have this result. Divide through by 5 again. You have this result. Divide through by 5 again. You have this result. Now what you have is quotient. From quotient rule, you can express this as log 9 base 10 minus log 8 base 10. To have 2 and 3, you can express 9 as 3. That is log 3 square base 10 minus log 2 cube base 10. By the power law of logarithm, power 2 and 3 are used to multiply their respective logarithm in this form. So you have 2 bracket open, log 3 is 0.4771 bracket close minus 3 bracket open log 2, that is 0.3010. If you multiply, you get this result. If you simplify, you get this. To 2SF, you have 0.051. Question 2A, solve 7s plus 4 less than 1 over 2, bracket open, 4s plus 3. Let us clear the fraction by using 2 to multiply through. 7s times 2, you have 14s plus 4 times 2 is 8. Multiply this 10 by 2, you are left with 4s plus 3. The next thing is to collect like terms, and you have 14s minus 4s less than 3 minus 8, that is 10s less than minus 5. Divide through by 10. S is less than minus 5 over 10, and s is less than minus 1 over 2. Question 2B. Salem, Sunday, and Shaka shared a sum of 1,100 naira. For every 2 naira that Salem gets, Sunday gets 50 kobo, and for every 4 naira Sunday gets, Shaka gets 2 naira. Find Shaka's share. Now, in this type of problem, one thing you must seek to do is to ensure that the units of measurement is the same. Not the amount they share now, the amount they get among themselves. When Salem gets 2 naira, which is equivalent to 200 kobo, Sunday gets 50 kobo. So now we are trying to balance the money they have going with the same units. When Sunday gets 4 naira, which is equivalent to 400 kobo, Shaka gets 2 naira, which is equivalent to 200 kobo. Now, if you look at the first 2 lines, you see that Sunday is common. Now, let's use ratio. Salem ratio Sunday simply means 200 ratio 50. That simplifies to 4:1. Sunday ratio Shaka simply means 400 ratio 200. That simplifies to 2:1. In order to proceed, Sunday's ratio needs to be the same because Sunday is appearing in both statements or both equations. Sunday here is 1 and Sunday here is 2. So it is easier to make this 1 to be 2 by simply multiplying through that ratio by 2. So you have it in this form. Okay, this is not supposed to be here again because it's already there. All right, so if you multiply 4 by 2, you have 8. Multiply 1 by 2, you have 2. So Salem ratio Sunday is 8:2, and Sunday ratio Shaka is 2:1. We cannot get the ratio of 3 of them. Salem ratio Sunday ratio Shaka, that is 8:2:1. Sum of ratios is 11. Now, Shaka's share is equal to Shaka's ratio is 1 over sum of ratio 11 times the amount they shared. So Shaka's share is 100 naira. Peter calls simplified maths. If you are watching and view from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like and share PSM videos. If you are watching and view from Facebook, follow and like the page. Also share PSM videos. Question 3a. The present age of a father and his son are in the ratio 10:3. If the son is 15 years old now, in how many years will the ratio of their ages be 2:1? Before this can be calculated, we need to get the age of the father. Solution: present ages of a father and his son are in the ratio 10:3. Now, the son's age is known, the father's age is not. So, if we get the sum of their ages and subtract the son's age from it, you get the father's age. So, we use the idea of ratio in sharing from that point. So, let the sum of the ages be s. Now we need sum of ratio. Sum of ratio is 13. So we have son's age is equal to son's ratio over sum of ratio times sum of ages. If we are to get the son's age, this formula will help us to get it. Now the son's age is known, sum of ages is needed. So you have 15 equal to 3/13 times s. If you make s the subject, you multiply through by 13 first, and you have 15 times 13 equal to 3s. Divide through by 3s is equal to this, and that is 5 times 13. You have 65. So therefore the father's age is 65 minus 15, and that is 50 years. Now, in how many years will, that is into the future, you don't know. So in y years into the future now, the ratio of their ages will be 2:1. Into the future, that year is added to the father and the son's age. So the father becomes 50 plus y ratio the son 15 plus y, and that ratio will be 2:1. You can express ratio in fractional form. You have this form. If you cross multiply to clear fractions, you have it in this form. If you open the bracket in the right hand side, you have this result. Next, you collect like terms, you transfer 30 to the left and plus y to the right, and you have this result. Finally, y is equal to 20. Therefore, in 20 years time, the ratio of their ages would be 2:1. Question 3b. The arithmetic mean of s, y and z is 6, while that of s, y, z, l, u, v and w is 9. That is the mean. We are asked to calculate the mean of L, U, V, and W. L, U, V, and W. So let us start from the way the question is. First, the mean of S, Y, and Z is 6. Mean is always the addition of the items over number of items. From the first line, the mean is 6 and is equal to the sum of S, Y, Z over 3. You have 3 letters. Multiply through by 3, you have S plus Y plus Z equal to 18. Let's call that equation 1. Following that statement, the mean of S, Y, Z, I, ZL, U, V, and W is 9. So the mean is 9 equal to the sum of the letters over 7. You have 7 letters that their mean is 9. Multiply through by 7. The sum of all the letters is equal to 63. Let's call that equation 2. If you check very well, part of equation 2 is equation 1. That is, S plus Y plus Z is 18. For that reason, you have to substitute equation 1 into equation 2. So this is equation 2. You replace S plus Y plus Z by 18 in this form. If you transfer 18 to the right hand side, the sum of the remaining letters L, U, V, W become 63 minus 18, and you have L plus U plus V plus W is equal to 45. The last part, you have to find the mean of L, U, V, and W. So the mean is L plus U plus V plus W over 4 because you have 4 letters. From equation 3, the sum of the 4 letters is already 45. So the mean of the 4 letters is 45 divided by 4, and that is 11.25. Question 4. The area of a circle is 154 square centimeters. It is divided into 3 sectors such that 2 of the sectors are equal in size and the third sector is 3 times the size of the other 2 put together. Calculate the perimeter of the third sector. A sector is the region that is bounded by 2 radii and an arc. So you have a circle, we are trying to divide it into 3 equal parts. But the way it is now, it is not possible with the first one. So we have to move further to split it in this form. Now, this is what happened. This is one sector. This is another one, and this is another one. You have the 3 sectors. So let each angle be S. Now, if you add all the angles, you have 8S equal to 360 degrees. You have 8 in total. So S is equal to 45 degrees. Now, this is what happened. The third sector is equal to 3 times the size of the other 2 sectors put together. By this operation now, each sector is 45 degrees. So if you put 2 together, that is 45 degrees plus 45 degrees, 90 degrees. You multiply it by 3 and you have 270 degrees. This becomes the angle of the third sector. You can now find the perimeter of the third sector when you know the radius from the area of the circle. Perimeter of sector, the formula is this. Radius is needed from the area of the circle given. So area of a circle is equal to pi r squared. That area is 154 equal to pi 22 over 7 times r squared. If you make r squared the subject, you have to multiply through by 7 and you have 7 times 154 equal to 22 r squared. Divide through by 22. R squared is equal to this, which simplifies to 7 times 7 equal to 49. To get r from r squared, you take the square root of both sides. So r is 7 centimeters. Back to the perimeter, 2r, that is 2 times 7. The angle of the third sector is 270 degrees over 360 degrees times 2 times 22 over 7 times 7. You have 14. If you reduce from here to here, you have 3 over 4 times 44. This is what happens. Cancel 7 by 7. 2 times 22 is 44. Then if you divide through this by 90, you have 3 over 4, and that is 14 plus 33. You divide 44 by 4, you have 11 times 3 is 33. You add it to 14 and that is 47 centimeters as the perimeter of the third sector. Pythagoras simplified maths. If you are watching and view from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Like and share PSM videos. If you are watching and view from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 5. A boy 1.2 meters tall stands 6 meters away from the foot of a vertical lamp pole 4.2 meters long. If the lamp is at the tip of the pole, A, represent this information in a diagram. B, calculate the Roman figure 1 length of the shadow of the ball cast by the lamp. Roman figure 2, angle of elevation of the lamp from the ball correct to the nearest degree. Solution. Let us try to illustrate the information in a diagram. Now this is the ball. The ball is standing away from the foot of a vertical lamp pole. So if they are on the same ground level, you can as well join them together. So from here to here is also the same. The lamp is somewhere here at the tip of the pole. So the angle of, you have to find the angle of elevation. That means the ball is looking at the lamp for an angle of elevation to be formed. Then secondly, if the lamp is shining towards the ball, the shadow of the ball will be to this side. So you can as well join this place together. This whole length is 4.2. Now the height of the ball part of it is already out of the vertical lamp pole 1.2. So if the lamp pole is 4.2 and part of it is 1.2, the remaining part becomes 3.0. That is 4.2 minus 1.2. With this, we can calculate every other thing. From the diagram, the distance of the boy from the foot of the pole is 6 meters. Now let the shadow of the boy be s meter. So the whole of that length becomes 6 plus s. 6 plus s. So here is 6, here is also 6. So B part, length of the shadow of the boy cast by the lamp. Okay, that length is s. The length is jointly obtained using triangle LPS and triangle ABS. In triangle LPS, you have tan alpha. Tan alpha is opposite over triangle LPS. Okay, LPS. The whole opposite is 4.2 and the adjacent is 6 plus s. That is what you have here. In triangle ABC, the same tan alpha is equal to opposite 1.2 over adjacent s. You have it in this form. If you check both expression, you have tan alpha equal to tan alpha. By implication, the right hand side are also equal. So you equate them together. You cross multiply, you get this result. If you open the bracket in the right hand side, you get this result. The next thing is to transfer this term to the left hand side and you have this result. If you subtract, you have 3s equal to 7.2, divide through by 3, s is equal to 7.2 divided by 3, and that is 2.4 meters. Then B part, angle of elevation. So this is the angle of elevation. To check that, we consider triangle ACL. This is also a right angle triangle. So tan theta is equal to opposite 3.0 over adjacent 6. That is what you have here. If you divide, you have 0.5. To get theta, you simply take the inverse of tangent of 0.5 and that gives 26.6 degrees. So the angle of elevation is approximately 27 degrees. Now we can also get this the length of the shadow of the ball using similar triangle property. So we look at triangle LPS and triangle ABS. LP is equal to AB. In other words, LP over PS, that is this length over this length, is equal to this length over this length, and that is LP over PS is equal to AB over BS. That is 4.2 over 6 plus S equal to 1.2 over S. The same step you have here. To end this paper, there is every need for you to be saved. If you are not to be saved, give your life to the Lord Jesus Christ and confess Him as your Lord and personal Savior every day of your life. If you are saved already, congratulations. Live righteously, and be prepared, because on the last day some will be taken and some will be left. Take good care of yourself, stay out of trouble, study your books, do the needful at all times, flee every appearance of evil, don't defraud others to make money, use your hands and your brain to work genuinely and legally, and the Lord will bless you. Goodbye and stay tuned.